Paper was like gold in medieval times.
Oh, not tobacco. Sugar.
That everything we thought we knew about the world might turn out to be completely wrong.
For sale.
My husband Alex has decided we should buy an old cottage on an island, fix it up, and then rent it out. Like, you really think it would work as a rental property?
I think it'd be a fabulous rental property.
And he thinks it'll be simple.
You gotta keep it simple.
Simple isn't what I'm known for. I want it beautiful. We've made the living room beautiful, and now it's time to tackle the kitchen.
Ooh, yeah. I love the avocado. This is the coolest
Sorry,
kitchen.
did you just say I love the avocado?
Yeah, it's amazing. Like, for me, this is the cottage kitchen that I dream about.
This is not the cottage kitchen that I dream about. We're gonna fix this. I'm all for character, but come on. I definitely think it has tons of charm, but I think you could get a lot more. Like, in the same way that when you buy a house...
charm?
No.
I just think if it works, leave it be.
When you buy a house, you spend money on the kitchen and the bathroom because that's where you're gonna reap your investment.
So you get to save here. No spending necessary.
No. Someone woke up on the very opinionated side of the bed today. This totally doesn't work. Like, look at it. I think that there's a view out there and I can't even see it.
So you just nudge this up 6 inches, problem solved.
No. Normally, I describe our relationship as the Department of Exteriors, that's Alex, and the Department of Interiors, that's me. And apparently today, the Department of Exteriors has a lot of opinions about my department, and I'm not sure how to feel about that.
You're not gonna get rid of this, because look, everything's right here. You need a pot, boom. Good to
Boom.
go.
Boom.
Good to go.
Okay. The previous owners were here for almost half a century. I am 100% certain that they loved it. I am also 100% certain that they would not be shocked and appalled if I said I was gonna update the kitchen.
Update it, don't trash it. That's all I can say.
Okay. Walking through today with Alex, it's clear we have a few differences of opinion. In my career, I don't think I've trashed too many spaces yet. I have a backup plan of how I can get some additional support.
I have just voted Tommy onto the island.
Shouldn't have had that tequila shot this morning.
What do you think?
Kitchen, total time warp, which I kind of, in a weird way, sort of like, but I know that we're gonna have to take that out.
Don't tell my husband that you kind of like it because he kind of really likes it
Okay,
and thinks
no.
it should stay. You're here to be on my side, not his side.
It can't
okay?
In fact, nothing can stay. We bought the cottage with contents, but for this renter to take off, it needs to be without.
Let's start editing this kitchen before my husband comes back and says we have to keep it all. Huh? Yep.
That's toss. Toss.
Baking pans, this needs a wash.
Oh my God.
Honey jug.
Sounds like somebody's pet name for their wife. Come here, honey jugs.
Oh, I love these.
That's cute. That's a great little bud vase
Okay,
for the coffee table or
toss,
something.
keep. Laundry basket, like it? Want it?
No, it's a terrible basket. Get it out of here.
So what do you think about these?
I love these. Can we turn on a light in here?
No, there are no lights. What are you putting in here? A burger? Hot dogs?
Do you know what it looks like to me? It looks like that's the kind of thing that you use to cook something alive, because it can't get out.
Oh, it's a squirrel roaster.
We've got our keep pile, our giveaway pile, and everything else goes in the break pile.
The floor goes, the cabinets go, everything goes. Let's get it out of here. Oh yeah. Bye-bye, avocado. Ah, nice. Oh, jeez. Oh, hi. Perfect timing.
This cottage is on an island with no electricity, so the stove, fridge, and lights all run on propane.
Okay, this is how you light a gas lamp.
Turn on the gas, light a match, and then...
Gives a nice cottage light. But there's something in me that says that if you were renting, you'd prefer that I actually had electric lights that you could just flick on with a switch.
Propane is gonna be really hard for people that don't kind of get that. So Tommy, out here are the propane tanks.
Okay, so these things are basically like barbecue tanks, only bigger.
Full, they're 180 pounds. So for me, I have to lug them in and out of here. And as you can see, it's a little difficult getting them in here.
They're not landlord friendly.
But solar power would be.
So what I'm trying to do is keep the heat, because these are good for cooking and things. But our renters will also have the option now of having electric lights.
So you have a bit of both. I mean, you have to, for renters, you've got to have electricity. You can't just run on propane. You have to be able to charge your phone, your tablet, your laptop. All those things are important in modern life. Like, this is too rustic to just have propane.
Yeah.
And installing the solar system will keep Alex busy outside, so we don't have too many cooks inside the kitchen.
Oh, you've really done it.
Well, I didn't do it. Greg and Chris did it. Didn't they do it good, though?
You know what? It's actually really opened it up. It's really nice, and you can really see the whole symmetry of the building now.
The only challenge is now is that we've got this post because the gas light is attached to it.
Well, actually, I thought this might be structural, but now that we see that it isn't, we can probably cap off this gas line.
Okay.
And away you go.
Goodbye, gas light, and hello, totally open concept kitchen.
Open concept means we want the same flooring throughout the space. So I'm hoping the guys can just pull up this old vinyl and we'll find the original wood underneath. That would save me some time and money because we're in cottage country and we've got to get this reno done before the weather turns.
Since we're stuck inside today and we have a kitchen being delivered later, we're gonna try and scrape these floors down. Sarah said a vinegar and water mix and a little bit of elbow grease should do the job, so we'll see. Wait, this will take forever. The internet tells me that heat is our friend in this situation. So we've got an old iron and a stove. We're gonna see if we can heat up this tar and scrape it off the floors finally.
I'm predicting a final score here of floor 2, Sarah, nothing. But we'll have to wait to find out because the kitchen has just arrived.
Drama. No more stairs.
Happy Thanksgiving. The incredible thing about working in this environment, I mean, we're in the Great Lakes, world famous for their natural splendor and beauty, but they are also a little bit aggressive when the weather comes through. It's certainly affecting our timelines, and it's definitely affecting morale. People are a little chilly, but we're gonna plow through it. Whoa,
We're ready for cabinets.
okay. Are we really ready? What's all this on the floor?
That's the old floor. We're still in the process of cleaning it up.
Did we try like a belt sander on this?
I tried one area with a belt sander there, but
It
the
didn't really do
paper gummed up instantly.
With a project like this, where it's a quick turnaround and we're super on a budget, we have to make these decisions quickly. I can't have a guy on that floor for 6 days. I have to make an executive decision and say, you know what? Forget about it. Move on to something else. We will deal with the floor later. Because this is a rental, and we have to remember that. Normally, we would install the kitchen cabinets on a finished floor.
Exactly.
But we're gonna have to do it a little differently this way. This is like a Rubik's Cube. I think that we need to take the cabinets and dry fit them in the space and then take a few pictures and send them to Sarah because she's not here and I'm not really comfortable attaching all this stuff to the wall until she's had a chance to weigh in on whether it works or not. All right, gentlemen,
Here's our kitchen.
time for a drink. We are dry fit. So we did send you some photos of the dry fit. What do you think?
I think the layout is great, and I think you just go ahead.
Okay, great.
And we're gonna have to work around the floor, but
Okay.
we're working around an island situation, so I say just go for it.
And while they're going for it, Alexander is looking for a place to put the solar panels.
So the ideal spot for any solar location for the panels is where you get the most sun all day. This is great. We've got a big wide open area here. Trees and other things that block that really actually dramatically affect the amount of power you can generate. I have to clear out some of this juniper, take down these dead trees, but then we're gonna have this amazing exposure to the south. Perfect, love it.
Here's a question. If my husband's in the middle of the forest and I'm away on business, Who exactly is looking after my kids?
What are we doing here? What are we designing?
We're sort of designing the kitchen right now.
Okay.
Maybe we should do like a little island right here and then some chairs.
I want a spot for a fish.
A fish.
Yeah, like in a bowl, so that we can have a pet.
Or a guinea pig. That's what I'm dreaming of getting.
I totally want a TV. Where are we gonna put the TV? Don't tell Mommy. She doesn't want TV.
How about we put it here?
Love it.
So we'll take the window out.
And put a TV where the window used to be.
Yeah, so TV here.
Big flat screen. Don't worry about what Mommy says. When Tommy's here, everything is yes.
Hello, we got a kitchen. Look at this, you guys. This looks amazing. This will be awesome for prep. Sink here, dishwasher. Every renter wants a dishwasher because when the weather's nice, you don't want to be doing dishes. We got good storage in these upper cabinets. Stove will go where it was, fridge where it was, but now we've got all this storage. I mean, this looks so incredible with the pine wrapping around the corner here, and I love the way you've done it here. I think this is nice texture, and once it's all stained to be the same finish, it's gonna be seamless. It's fantastic.
If you're living in the city, everything just gets delivered. All the power you need, the gas, the hydro, whatever you need just comes right into the house. But off-grid cooking is a little bit more challenging. We can't have any electronic or digital components to this stove. We are talking the most basic thing possible, straight gas. So here are my choices. Black or white or stainless? I think I'll take white. Window or no window? I'll take a window. There we go. Simplest appliance purchase I think I've ever made. That's the one. Things you take for granted in everyday city life are not the same on an island. For instance, I would not consider this a typical workday for Tommy in the city.
I don't know how you talked me into this.
All we have to do is just clear this out and take down a bunch of these trees so we get no shade at all, so we get full power.
I have never operated power tools before. It's not something that was on my bucket list or any list.
Tommy's afraid of chainsaws. I think we can easily get him comfortable with them and having some fun chopping some of the trees down for the shed. Are you anxious just to start doing some sawing mayhem? Or what
That sounds dangerous. I promise not to enjoy it.
All right, so let's get this thing sparked up and I'll just, but it's pretty straightforward.
So you want me to hold it and you pull the chain?
Yeah.
Famous last words. It stayed. This is really fun.
You want to do the big one?
Yeah, I want to do the big one.
The weather's good and work is speeding up, outside and inside, which means I better order up the kitchen counter.
Finding the right product for your situation sometimes requires looking a little bit further afield. So forget about looking for kitchen counters from a kitchen supplier. I can't afford marble or natural stone, so I'm thinking butcher block. I have this great source that I found years ago. It's an industrial supply company. This place sells huge, long pieces of butcher block. They actually call them workbench tops. Instead of being for industrial use like they suggest, I'm ordering it and I'm gonna use it as my kitchen countertops. The pricing is amazing. Order them up and we're good to go. The thing I love most about it is delivery is included in the price. Nice. Do they know how far it's coming?
What's happening, AY?
Well, we're just building the floor for the solar shed.
But how do you know what it's supposed to look like?
We have a nice drawing here. Outlines the design and everything like that.
This design has a fairy riding a unicorn in a pink jumpsuit.
That's the stamp of approval.
So you guys drew this, which means it's not designer approved.
It's fairy approved.
So do you mind just locating it somewhere where we don't see it then?
Glad Sarah didn't order the double wide. This will be filled with power tomorrow.
This will be filled with beer.
It's a beehive.
Hey, who wants a dishwasher?
Kitchen, solar shed. Pink fairy's got nothing on us.
What's that clever little thing you've got?
This clever little thing is a jig.
So does this make sure they all land in the exact same spot?
Absolutely.
You just hold it up? What's this for?
You have two little blocks. Try to make sure they're at 90 degrees.
Yeah, try to or make sure?
Well, yeah, make sure.
Yeah.
And then fit it on the corner of the door. Same spot every time.
You hit the mark, because you know what really stinks when you're out on an island? Is drilling in the wrong spot.
Yeah, no extra doors.
Because you know what you'd be if you did that? You'd be fired. You'd be fired. That's awesome.
AY,
Hey, Tommy.
this looks awesome. I still think we need to remove all of the trees on this entire side of the island to get the maximum sunlight. And I think we need a paint color.
Okay, well...
Are we allowed to paint this thing?
Oh, no, we have to paint it. So that would be great if you could help. And also, in a few minutes, we'll need some help putting the panels on.
Slide away.
You got it?
Yep.
Here, I've got my hands beneath your cheeks.
Nice to know you got my ass covered.
The only thing better than the wind beneath your wings is the hands beneath your cheeks. You all right?
I'm good.
And that's it, first one in. Awesome.
And this time tomorrow, we'll have enough light to show you a brand new kitchen. Admittedly, the original kitchen, it was cute, but it was dark and it felt cut off from this open concept room. So my #1 priority was to knock down the wall and open it up, no matter what my husband thought.
I really wanted to stay classic cottage, small kitchen.
I was like, you married this person. Surely you know that she's gonna rip out this kitchen.
Now, I'm eating my words because it is beautiful, open, functional, and really brings the whole cottage together.
And we have some added benefits here. We have cabinetry that faces onto the living dining area, so it's easy to set the table. We have stools at a kitchen overhang. We have huge long runs of counter that are uninterrupted. And the #1 thing, nobody will be cooking with a giant shelf right in their eye line. Instead, they'll be able to stand at the counter and enjoy the view.
Any kitchen in a rental has to be durable. White appliances that are easily wiped and scrubbed and cleaned, a nice stainless steel sink that has a draining board, good hardy wood butcher block counters that you don't have to worry about. These are all things that are conducive to renovating with a renter in mind.
When you're working with in-stock cabinetry, you have two choices. You can buy the ready-made gables and apply them to the side of the cabinets, or you can go one step further and you can customize them. We went with tongue and groove paneling that we installed sideways for a horizontal profile. What this does is it dresses it up and it ties it in seamlessly to the original cottage structure. So it doesn't look like we just slapped a modern kitchen into a 1950s building. The blue doors are lots of fun, but they only came in 2 sizes. So I had to do a mix and match. But I actually like the way it's installed. It sort of looks like a patchwork, and it's playful.
We managed to find these great knobs in both of the colors of the cabinets. So we've done this yin and yang thing. It works.
I understand the concept of living off the grid may seem elaborate and complicated, but it's actually remarkably easy. Once you've committed to running off the grid, all the systems fall into place. Well, if you have someone like Alex who will install the solar.
My favorite part about the solar shed was getting Tommy to do some chainsaw.
This is really fun. Leave it to Alex to bring a new experience with poles to my life.
Once the solar panels are installed, they just generate power and they're fed and held in batteries. You only draw the power when you need it. You will never get a hydro bill. So it's a one-time investment that you reap the rewards of every year afterwards. When designing a rental property, I think you need to put yourself in the renter's shoes and say, would I want to cook in here? Would I want to dine at that table? I have thought about that every step of the way. Each of these spaces is a space that I would like to be in.
Am I allowed to say that despite the fact that the Canada goose belongs to us as a country, it's really not my favorite bird?
That's a loon.
That's not a loon.
That is a loon.
Really?
Look. See the collar?
Loons don't look like that when they fly, do they?
Mm-hmm. One just flew out there and it looked a
No,
lot
it's
like
a
that.
Canada goose.